안녕하세요. Today we are going to look at two Korean particles, 에 and 에서. 에 and 에서 each has multiple meanings, and these two particles have some meanings in common, so it can be confusing for Korean learners to decide which particle should be used in a certain setting. So the purpose of this video is to give you a clear picture of the meaning and the context where each of them is used. First of all, let's talk about the core meaning of 에 versus 에서. According to the book, The Korean Language by Professor Ho Min-sung, the semantic component of 에 is goal. Therefore, one of the basic meanings of 에 is to a place. When 에 is used for the meaning to, it's typically used with a movement verb. Do you know any movement verbs in Korean? 가다, to go. 오다, to come. 다니다, to attend are typical movement verbs. 저는 매일 학교에 가요. I go to school every day. 언니가 오늘 집에 와요. My older sister comes home today. 유미는 하와이 대학교에 다녀요. Yumi attends the University of Hawaii. Similarly, there are some verbs that aren't exactly movement verbs but have goal-oriented meanings. First, 보내다, to send. 한국에 편지를 보내요. I send a letter to Korea. 쓰다, to write. 책에 이름을 써요. I write my name on the book. 앉다, to sit. 의자에 앉아요. I sit on the chair. Because 에 is a goal particle, if you think about it, the goal of 편지를 보내요, sending a letter, is Korea, 한국. So that's why 한국 gets the goal particle 에. When you write your name, 이름을 써요. The goal of writing, where you write your name, is on the book, 책. So the goal particle 에 is attached to 책. Same with 의자에 앉아요. When you sit on something, the goal is 의자 in this sentence. So in 의자에, the particle 에 marks 의자 as the goal of 앉아요. Then what about 에서? The major semantic component of 에서 is source. So one of the basic meanings of 에서 is from. When 에서 is used for the meaning from, it's typically used with a movement verb. 가다, to go. 집에서 학교로 일찍 가요. I go to school early from my house. 오다, to come. 내일 친구가 한국에서 와요. Tomorrow my friend is coming from Korea. 받다, to receive. 저는 정부에서 장학금을 받아요. I receive a scholarship from the government. With the meaning of from, 에서 can also express from a certain time. For example, 1시에서 3시까지 means from 1 to 3 o'clock. Now, you know that the core meanings of 에 and 에서 are goal and source, respectively. From now on, let's talk about the confusing part of 에 and 에서. This is when 에 and 에서 are both used to mean in, at, or on. So let's forget about the meanings of to and from for now. What decides which one we should be using between 에 and 에서 is actually the predicate, typically the verb. In the textbook Integrated Korean Beginning 1, which is widely used in colleges in the US, 에 is described as a particle that expresses static location. Static location means there's no change in location. What are some verbs that can denote static location? 있다, to be. exist, stay. 살다, to live. 남다, to remain. 제 동생은 한국에 있어요. My younger sibling is staying in Korea. 저는 하와이에 살아요. I live in Hawaii. Both 있어요 and 살아요 are verbs that inherently imply static location, which means that when you say you're staying or living somewhere, the target place is not typically implied as multiple places. Let's talk about 에서 now. In the same textbook, it describes 에서 as denoting dynamic locations. 에서 is used with most activity verbs. What are activity verbs? 놀다, to play, 자다, to sleep, 먹다, to eat, 공부하다, to study. Most verbs that involve activities that do not inherently require a static location can be used with 에서. 공원에서 개하고 놀아요. I play with the dog at the park. 저는 차에서 자요. I sleep in the car. 저는 도서관에서 공부해요. I study at the library. So that's what it's about, static and dynamic locations. Static verbs imply that the subject exists, stays, or lives in a static place, while dynamic verbs imply that you are doing an activity, possibly moving around, within a place that's marked by 에서. So this is the basic explanation of the key meanings of concepts regarding 에 and 에서. Now let's take a look at a few sentences and guess which one of those fits well in the context. 1번, 저는 이번 주말 파티 blank 갈 거예요. I'm going to the party this weekend. You see the movement verb 가다? And the translation is I'm going to the party. Considering all this, the answer for the blank is 에. 2번, 제 남자친구는 뉴욕 blank 왔어요. My boyfriend came from New York. To come from a place with the movement verb 오다 and the translation of from. What goes in the blank is 에서. 3번, 저는 매일 바닷가 blank 수영해요. I swim at the beach every day. In this sentence, the verb is 수영하다, which is an activity verb, so you need a dynamic location particle, 에서. 4번, 오빠는 지금 한국 blank 살아요. As I explained, 살다 is a static verb that involves a more permanent sense of being than other activity verbs do. So in this sentence, 에 is a perfect answer. However, 에서 can actually be used here too. Unfortunately, 에 and 에서 share some verbs that can express both static and dynamic meanings. So there are some verbs that can be used both with 에 and 에서. Then you might be wondering by now, are there any meaning differences between sentences with 에 and 에서 when they both mean in, at, or on? This will be further explained in my next video, which might be a little bit more advanced, but if you are curious and want to delve into 에 and 에서 a little deeper, please stay tuned for my next video. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. Then I will see you in the next video. Thank you. 한국어 공부혜영.